Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming away with another low-key podcast. Today we're joining a school group to share our love of reading and maybe make some new friends in Doki Doki Literature Club. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, happy to have you with us and hope the day finds you well. Okay, I think we're late, so let's get down to school, shall we? There. Alright, we're starting ourselves a new game, obviously. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Uh-oh. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Ah. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? Yes, I feel those feels. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. Oh, she's breathing heavily. I'll give her a chance to catch her breath, perhaps. I overslept again. Oh, you certainly did. But I caught you this time. Maybe. Oh, good. It already took my name. But only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. I mean, the thought. That's mean, Rad. Certainly may have crossed my mind. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Oh, yes. I believe this is a teen drama, so that it's going to be of grave concern. That seems rather like short-term source of stress in life. The few years we're like, don't stand so close, they'll think we're together. It'll be the talk of the third years, you know what I mean? But you did wait for me after all. Yes, we're here. I guess you didn't have any need to be mean, even if you want to. Well, whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Alright, speckly kids, here they come. By the way, Rad, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Yes, I do love reading. I told you already I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Oh, okay, so I guess I gotta RP as somebody who don't give a hoot about nothing. I haven't been looking either. Well, that's accurate. I wouldn't really be looking to join groups. If a group approached me, I might consider it, but I'm not really looking to. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Oh, alright, so we apparently made a promise to Sayori. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. You should pay more attention when your friends are talking. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay, well, it's not that I don't like this main character. I empathize in certain aspects so far. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Okay, that's a legit concern too. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. That's rather sweet of you, Sayori. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. A NEET. I'm sure that's some sort of Japanese term for a shut-in. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Let me look up NEET real quick. This is where old man learns new things. This is fun. I'm sure I've looked up this term before. Hang on one second. My old man hands working on my phone. Not in education, employment, or training. Ah. I see. Like just to live out. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Do you count as a NEET if you're attempting to be like a pro gamer and you haven't made it yet? Or you don't have like too many tournament winnings to speak of to like get yourself in the black? Does that count? Just curious. Or if you're like... You're NEET if you're just not employed or doing anything. What if you're like working on your first novel? I guess it's not, you know. It's not the worst status in the world. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise you that. Yes, I will try very little. Yay! They seem content with that. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? She seems to care an awful lot about you in particular, so she at least has the one care. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay, see? You appreciate how much she cares about you, even if you don't necessarily reflect it as strongly. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Usually sometimes in these games, you get to, like, plan out the school day and do better in some subjects than others. Clubs. I guess we're just solely focused on this one club. Siri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I'm gonna need a sip of water before I even open the door of the anime club. And before I politely knock first and see if I'm granted entry, that is. I don't want to interrupt anything. Hello! Oh, Sayori's in it already. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Seem like quite the match for each other so far. Until, I guess, the members of this club are going to throw a wrench into the works. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yes? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie, that is a little... I mean, it's direct. Maybe it's a conflict of interest and stuff. Oh, well, I got news for you, buddy. We're about to cave. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Is this a newfound interest? In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Okay, so it wasn't her idea, but she seconded the motion. And now she's VP. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Come on, please. Oh, we don't even get there. See, I was hesitant about joining the anime club because anime fans can have some real strong opinions and vigorous arguments can break out. I mean, that's true of any fandom, I suppose, but why do you care so much anyway? I imagine, like, teens would be especially passionate and spirited. Might be a little too much for me. Literature club sounds a lot more sedate, buddy. Like, what's wrong with this? Sit around and read books, or read a book on your own time and maybe talk about it a little bit? I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hang on, why didn't you lead with cupcakes? Don't make promises you can't keep. Also a good point, but free cupcake. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Yeah, it certainly seems like a real good guilt trip trap. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? There you go. Focus on the positives. Okay, and away they go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. We've all been there. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. If you'll excuse me for just one moment before we continue. Okay. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. New members here? Okay, let's meet the group. I told you, don't call me a new member. I like at most, I don't want to say a pledge. Like at most, why is there a chair in the closet? At most, like someone who has interest in the club, not necessarily going to join, but is thinking about it. Like a solid maybe. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh, Girl 2. Seriously, you brought a boy? Uh-oh. Way to kill the atmosphere. And number 3. Oh, Rad, what a nice surprise. Oh, that's nice. At least one of them's happy to see us. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Uh-oh. Well, we are a teen after all. Keep it in your pants, buddy. What are you looking at? This one, this short, sassy one. If you want to say something, say it. Yeah. Sorry. Wow, immediately intimidated. Natsuki. Well, that's Natsuki. Oh, you made the cupcakes, though. That's very kind of you. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name apparently is Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Oh, well then you should probably definitely steer clear of Natsuki. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. And by steer clear, I mean romantically. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. How close did you get? That's a little, okay, a little familiar. Anyway, this is, well, I mean, we're old friends. This is Natsuki, always full of energy, though she might be all sort of staking her claim in front of the other girls. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Is this Yuri? Don't say things like that. Aw, smart and shy about it. It's okay to be modest. Maybe just work the hardest. It's okay. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Like socially? That's okay. Oh, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? Hello, Monica. Thank you for remembering me. It's great to see you again, Rad. Wow. You just probably say that to everybody, though, right? You're one of those? Monica smiles sweetly. She's one of the popular kids, isn't she? We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Oh, okay. A passing familiarity. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Ah, see, I got that right. Smart, beautiful, athletic, talks to everybody, knows everybody's name. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Rad. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I mean, I'll get the cupcakes. Oh, Natsuki. Alright, you made them, you get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. You can help, maybe? Is that like you hold them and Natsuki can pass them out? Oh, Yuri will make tea. That's lovely. Thank you very much. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Okay, so I have to start making choices immediately. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Oh, I shouldn't have noticed that there was a... Maybe when they take inventory or something, it's easier to just sit down and do it. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Oh, okay, I didn't have to make a choice. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Let's check out these cupcakes. Uh-oh. Those don't look like excited faces. Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, I don't know why they're so... The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Can I get a shot at this? This sounds amazing. Okay, so that turned out great. That must just have been like a look of anticipation. I thought it was a look of dread. Like, oh no, how do I say something nice about these horrible looking cupcakes to my friend here? So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, wow, what a hidden skill. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica. I follow. Well, not hidden, just something we didn't know. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Uh-oh. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. I think we're the only ones that haven't commented yet, so yeah, she would... The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Yay, okay, good. Just gonna be pleasant about it. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... What do you mean? It's not like you what? Haven't I heard this somewhere before? I'm sorry? Not that I'm aware of. Made them for you or anything. Oh, okay. Well, like... Okay, but... I also don't know why you're blushing about it. I thought you technically did, so you already said... Oh, okay, so you made them to welcome the new member. So technically, right? Not for no you. Yes, yes, yes. I understand. Oh, she embarrassed herself with the thought of maybe me getting getting the wrong idea about it. Don't worry, it's just a delicious cupcake. And I'm happy to share it amongst the group. That's all. Let's leave gender out of it. And our burgeoning sexuality and raging hormones. As I'm sure we're a bunch of 14 to 16-year-olds or something silly. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to each cupcake tray. How many cupcake trays are there? You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? I think that's it right back there. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Oh, that's nice. I guess so long as they clean it after. I don't see a sink in here, but as long as I guess they clean it and take care of it. Quick shout out, by the way, to Amani Nasser for the follow, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, it looks as though that is my 75th follower, so congratulations to the both of us there. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that, Amani Nasser. Once again, do hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I also hope you're having a great day wherever you happen to be. Sorry about that, Yuri. We'll get back to our chat here. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Personally, I'm not a big hot beverage fan, but I can see how it would help people unwind and relax. Perhaps I've just never come across a flavor of tea that didn't just seem like strained dirt. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh, thanks, Monica. Oh, Yuri. Monica's just busting your chops. Everyone's so sensitive. Oh no, oh no. Hello, Mila. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know... Oh dear, she's so easily embarrassed. I believe you. There we go. We believe him. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Oh, there we differ. Thank you so much for the follow, Mila. I very much appreciate that. Hope you're having a nice day. I am glad. Yuri faints smiley to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Well, Sayori kind of forced me. But you know. I was afraid of this question. Yes, we're gonna have to be honest. Let's try to lead with honesty, shall we? Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. That's literally what I said. That's awesome. Way to catch up to the writing there. Alright, that's true. Do I get a choice? Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's a good way to put it. That's technically, true. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Wow. Oh, so you're one of those just people that's nice to everybody. No wonder everyone likes you. Oh, it was your idea to form it. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, alright, no wonder you're trying so hard here. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate team last year? Oh, that seems like a lot more work than what might here amount to reading on your free time and doing some or having some in-depth discussions on themes and books and stuff. That sounds like a lot more fun than debate, at least to me. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Oh, I see. Monica. Not a fan of all the stuff that comes around with being the popular girl, huh? It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Alright, so you're also a bibliophile. And it encouraged others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Really is a great leader, says Sayori, not wanting to be forgotten in the conversation. Yuri also nods in agreement. One of us. Join the club. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. Maybe some of the attitudes of some of the members, looking at Natsuki here, might keep people away. She seemed pretty peeved that a boy joined. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Like filling out some paperwork and talking to a teacher or two? Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Not necessarily true. You are in a school after all. I would think you'd find some people that are like, yes, I'd spend my free time reading. I mean, like a small cluster like you've developed here, but it's a good base with which to grow a fair-sized club. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Oh, well, yeah, it's more difficult to make a literature club like, let's say, sexy to on an advertising sort of standpoint, but I get that. I don't know what sort of like poster you could put in the wall that would, entice people that don't normally read to give it a shot. But it makes school events like the festival that much more. Oh, a festival! I got distracted by that immediately. I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. How much longer do we have? I don't know what year I'm in. All right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everybody high five. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Yay, reading! Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Oh yes, and me, the horny teen that has joined them. Oh boy. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Well, depending on what book they give you. So, Rad, what kinds of things do you like to read? Okay, well here, they will be bluffing, but I might be able to choose some of my actual preferences. See what happens. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Oh, I was hoping it would let me at least bluff a little. Well, that can change. Manga can be varied in topic and complexity. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. We all know all I do is sit in class and read Dragon Ball. That's not that complicated or adult. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Hey! Now we're talking, Yuri. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yes. Go on, Yuri. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, and not people. Oh, I feel them feels, Yuri. Here I am reading aloud. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Yeah, but if you can get that inside of a fantasy world, let's roll all that together. And let's, how about some social commentary and satire in your fantasy world as well? Looking at you, Discworld. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Now, I don't know a lot about this game, but I know enough about writing to know that seems like foreshadowing to me. And on we continue. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, and the foreshadowing might continue. I read a horror book once. Once, this Rad says, real life Rad, started reading horror novels, Stephen King at age 9 or 10. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. At least think of a horror manga you read. Or something. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Thank you, Monica to the rescue. For someone as gentle as you. Well, if you take refuge in fantasy worlds to start with, horror is another extension of that, I would think. I guess you could say that, Yuri. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Oof. Also, I would hope, for the sake of everyone's enjoyment of this gameplay, some foreshadowing here. A story that really makes me think, or takes me to another world, and I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror, says Natsuki. Ugh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. I'm sorry, I seem to be making Natsuki uncomfortable. That's right, you just like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Do you just not like to publicly express that side of yourself? Or does the swing of that pendulum from super cute stuff to whatever it is that constitutes horror for you, is that a big old dangerous gap there? Or peak and valley? whatever's over here at the end of that demonstration. Is it positively demonic? What gives you that idea? You left a scrap of paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Okay, Monica. See, you're trying a little hard here. You can't really force people to share. Cupcakes and poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. I don't think she really wants to be presented that way. It just happens to be like they can't help it because of their age, perhaps? In some respects, some of it seems to be school uniform, just based on the way they're both dressed. And I guess, you know, you can only do so much with your hair. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. Yeah, okay, Sayori's just kind of like, she likes getting close. I'm not cute! Uh-oh. Okay, let's try to calm her down. Good idea, good idea. I just didn't want her getting too upset. You write your own poems? Oh, that got her attention? Well, yes, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? Well, it's a literature club, so I thought I would ask about the writing habits of the members of the literature club. I think that's impressive. Ah, there you go. Why don't you share them sometime? There, on your own time, like if you felt like it. No. Okay. Or don't. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Oh yes, Yuri? Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to start like a share circle. Like, we certainly don't have anything prepared. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Well, do you have one too, Sayori? Maybe you can start. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, Monica, maybe you have one? I have an idea. Everyone? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. There we go. That's a good way to do it. Smart thinking, Monica. Everyone's considering. Sayori's on board. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Yes, this club's all about bonding. Isn't that right, Rad? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? I don't write. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Oh yes, we didn't agree to join. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Uh-oh. Mitsuki's getting more upset. Sayori's getting upset at us. Rad. You all... Oh, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Yeah, when you're disappointing four people at once. It is a wave of guilt you're having to stand against. I don't think you can withhold this. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's how a teenager would think of it. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh, I didn't notice they all had different eye colors. Blue, purple, violet, I suppose. Emerald green. How do you have pink eyes? Are you like an albino? Are you also kind of self-conscious about that? Sayori, yeah, got what they wanted. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Okay. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Fair enough, Natsuki, fair enough. Then it makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight? Oh, we have homework. Extra homework. That's what we got out of this literature club. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Rad, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh dear. Yeah. Time to further embarrass ourselves against these young ladies, in front of these young ladies. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Rad, since you're already here, do you want to walk home together? Well, I see it makes sense for neighbors and all that. Oh. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she has always stayed after school for clubs, but now I have to do that once a week. Sure, might as well. Yay! Okay, alright. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Every day? I didn't know it was going to be 5 days a week. I thought they just said, come back next week with the poem. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Man, I don't like your motivations for joining this club. What about the love of reading? But okay. Dumb boy stuff. Dumb teenage boy stuff. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Oh, Strawberry Milk, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, so I have to accidentally on purpose court one of these ladies through my poetry. Okay, so I just pick words that I like, or just something that oh, I like this. I pick 20 words that just sort of appeal to me. Oh, cool. That's a fun bit of gameplay. Okay, I don't think I played far enough to see how the poetry came together. Okay, I'm gonna read all these out loud and see just what sort of sounds best out of these 10. Jumpy, sweet, despise, blanket, secretive, friends, effulgent, cheeks, giggle, parfait. I'm gonna look up what this is. Effulgent. Yes, please. Shining brightly, radiant. Wow, I'm gonna use that. Effulgent. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's the most fun word out of these 10. Shining brightly. Oh, a whole new 10. I thought maybe just that one would disappear. Okay. Sparkle, cry, amazing, socks, poof, unending, ribbon, laugh, cute, crimson. I do like crimson. Just as of these 10 words, most fun to say. Crimson. Fear, cheer, death, email, inferno, analysis, anger, fester, agonizing, unrequited. I just had this stray thought. Wouldn't it be crazy if somewhere in the world I just woke up a sleeper agent by reading this list of words in that order? I'll go analysis. Oh, that seemed to make Yuri happy. Oh, they hop. Okay, whomever likes it most hops. Oh, I didn't look at the first 3. Chocolate, papa, unrestrained, loud, judgment, awesome. I just noticed that Monica isn't even a choice amongst these ladies. Lollipop, memories, vibrant, alone. Oh my. Not big into chocolate. I don't want... it's not... I don't have daddy issues. I don't really necessarily want to attract someone with them that might form an unhealthy attachment. We are both teenagers after all. I mean, if we're talking poetry, I suppose you evoke stuff with memories. Oh, I guess that plays into our oldest person. Destiny, shopping, incapable, rose, flee, party, atone, sticky, fireworks, special. I'm gonna go incapable. Rainbow, charm, defeat, vitality, spinning, frightening, boop, variance, forgive, excitement. I'm gonna go forgive. Raindrops, infinite, sensation, play, love, broken, puppy, imagination, holiday, shame. I'm gonna go broken. Twirl, misfortune, strawberry, peace, philosophy. I think these are gonna end up as like a Mad Lib. It's gonna be real weird. Vivid, skipping, clouds, tears, dance. Dance and twirl seem pretty close. I'm gonna go clouds. Flying, bubbles, grief, nightgown, fluffy, question, silly, jump keeps coming up, uncontrollable, whirlwind. I like whirlwind. Disoriented, beauty, peaceful, shiny, happiness, marriage, covet, pleasure, anxiety, sing. Anxiety, please. Sadness, fantasy. This is teenage poetry after all. Pure, bouncy, fashion, hopeless, vertigo, empty, kiss, mouse. I'm gonna go fantasy. That's weird. She said she liked fantasy most, and it popped up with the Natsuki instead. Candy, climax, flower, bliss, comfort, embrace, joy, horror, disarray, daydream. I like disarray. Disaster, doki doki, which is part of the title. Hey, Juice. Oh, glad you're done your schooling. You can now kick back and enjoy me going through mine. Together, sunset, whisper, misery, fickle, extreme, music, heaven sent. I'm gonna go fickle. I just like picking whatever word I like out of the list of 10. Whistle, eternity, ambient, journey, rain cloud, tragedy, portrait, skirt, sunny, universe. Yes, doki doki is like an onomatopoeia for a like a rapid heartbeat. Doki 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 doki. I did cloud earlier. I do like it when it rains. I'm not only happy when it rains, but I do like a good rainfall. Ambient is also a good one. Journey is a good word. Let's do journey. Infallible, fireflies, aura, Valentine, time, determination, prayer, precious, smile, suicide. Oops, I accidentally clicked on it. Freudian slip of the finger. Lipstick, clumsy, heartbeat, captive, uncanny, electricity. I mean, I probably would have settled on it. I am writing a teenage poem. Summer, lazy, starscape, and wrath. Well, I'm definitely going starscape here. Landscape, vivacious, hope, essence, family, headphones. Do love a good pair of headphones. Pain, meager, playground, intellectual. Gonna have to go playground after all those. That was the most appealing word of those 10. Scars, bed. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to top bed. Nibble. All right, well, I stand corrected immediately. Nibble's a great word. Incongruent, depression, ocean, romance, vanilla, bunny, hop. These are two familiar. They do a lot of like words related to jumping, it seems. Let's see. I'm just gonna go bed. Bed's nice. Treasure, fun, promise, extraordinary, entropy, existence, marshmallow, adventure, anime, kawaii. Let's go with that great big question. Calm, desire. I can't wait for this Mad Lib. Explode, hurt, heart, unstable, contamination, breathe, pink, afterimage. I don't really feel a strong pull to any of these. And I don't want to go with calm because that's kind of like if I can't think of anything else, it's like the one I'm left with. You know what I mean? Like, honey, if I were to rank these on 10 of 10, it's at the bottom, but if I have to pick one, I'll just pick the one at the bottom, because who cares? Let's see. Certainly don't feel a lot of desire. I'm certainly not unstable. Let's go with heart, just because it's literally like Doki Doki, I guess. Okay. And we're gonna do it like it's our first poem, and like it or not, we did our best to try to write something. This is gonna be ridiculous. Can't wait. Hi, Monica. Yes. How was your day at school? How was class and stuff? Good to see you didn't run away on us. Well, I stayed up really late writing a poem based on just a list of words that I kept selecting from. Might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Another fine mess we've gotten ourselves into. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out, of course. Not awkward at all. Thanks for keeping your promise, Rad. Thanks, Yuri. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Well, I didn't know it was going to be every day after school. Sometimes it seems like it's every day, and sometimes it seems like it's once a week. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Well, literature can have a very broad meaning, and you don't necessarily have to start with the most complex of texts. Come on, like he deserves any slack. Yeah, thank you, Natsuki. Keep me in line. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Ah, cat's out of the bag. And last year, too. Okay, so perhaps that makes me a third-year student. Oh, no, sorry, second year. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. So, like 15, 16-ish, whereas your first year is like 14. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ah, that's why you looked at me funny when in-game Rad admitted they only read manga. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monica, manga, Monica, manga, Monica, manga. Manga is literature! Well, then why didn't you pipe up yesterday when I mentioned that we read some? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Rad always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. That's generally true. He helps me with busy work without even... He keeps me busy with work. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Do I do that? Or does this Rad do that? That's nice. That's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Ah, okay. Well, I've been in that situation where you just can't help it. And you almost set your house on fire once. You are a terrible cook. Is that so? A tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. You two are really good friends, aren't you? Yeah, we've apparently grown up next to each other for, might be a little jealous. Yuri, I just met you yesterday, I think. How come? You and Rad can become good friends too. Yeah, there you go. Oh wow. People got crushes already. Teens do move real fast. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh dear, oh dear. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. What? Did you, like, bring me a book to read? I would love that. I'm kind of waiting for one of, or all four of the girls to, like, present me with a book and me have to choose and disappoint three of them or something like that. Not really. Don't be shy. Come on. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, I don't have anything for you in return, but that can easily be rectified at the next meeting. What is it? Made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Ah, jeez. Yeah, Sayori just kind of makes things real awkward for everybody. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. I'm gonna say that she doesn't have to, if I can. Yeah, you don't have to tell me anything you don't want to or whatever. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Yes, this is nice and level-headed so far. Thank you, in-game Rad. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Well, I'm not... Oh, I guess I'm worried about just, like, hurting their feelings? It just seems weird that you're giving me a gift and we've just met, but that's, maybe just a cultural thing I'm not accustomed to. Thanks. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Okay, here we go. Well, here then. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. Oh, good. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I got you a book to read. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. That's very thoughtful of you. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. That's awesome. That's exactly what I would want out of a literature club member. This is awesome. Thank you. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't think it's an accident. She's just trying to be nice. And by the act of doing so, has revealed how cute she is. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. You better. I enthusiastically take the book. That better be genuine. Phew. I know your motivations for joining this club are like, hot diggity. Look at all these babes. But if you can learn to appreciate literature along the way, hot dang, indeed. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Well, that's nice of you. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So what do we do here? Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Oh, maybe the chair's in there because Natsuki's in there so often. I am really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I will feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh my gosh, she got us books to read together? Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Oh, adorable. This is like a Hugh Grant rom-com right now. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Oh, they've read it before. That's the book you just gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Wanted to be fresh in her memory in case I finished it. Not for any particular reason. Oh, it's okay, you can say. Like, you literally just handed us a copy of the book. It's okay that you're rereading it, just in case we finish it within a decent time for you to want to talk to us about it, and vice versa. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, they had one that they just said they've read before, and they got one for you dingus. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Oh, hang on. You bought these books yesterday, read one of them last night, and just confirmed that I would like it? There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'm inferring a lot of extra work on Yuri's part. I don't know if she's obsessive about making sure things go the way they want to go, or the way she would like them to go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Like, no pressure that she's read it at least once in the less than 24 hours since she's been in possession of a copy of the book. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, here we go. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Okay. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ha 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 ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Rad? Yeah, well, you don't know how it ends. You're just going to give you like the... That's just as bad as it gets. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Well, she said she liked fantasy worlds, but not in the traditional swords and sorcery fantasy I was thinking of. Just fantastical elements. It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly when you thought you had related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again, you're probably just foreshadowing. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. No, hearing people talk passionately about stuff they like can be engaging no matter what the subject is. I mean, we're all over our limits. I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I talk too much. That's I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Perfectly reasonable. Well, that is true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, alright? I'm gonna go stop talking to you now and go read it. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you're looking forward to it. Relax, Yuri. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, Rad making a move. Yeah. Oh, she's a little nervous. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. If you don't want me to sit this close, I'll just, like, if it's going to be distracting to you, because I know you put a little pressure on yourself for us to enjoy the book. I'm sorry, it's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. Oh, I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Am I going to read some of this? I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Ha 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 ha, did it again. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Oh, now we are just reading this book together. Once we lean in a little, each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here! Oh dear. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah! I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But I'm holding it like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Oh, look at that little shy smile. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as he catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. You also apologize a lot and think you're doing things wrong, when you could just... It's okay, there's no 100% right way to do anything. I see. You remain silent for a moment, but Rad, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, it's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, uh-oh. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sora, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Well, I mean, it's not the nicest thing to say, like, hey, they don't have any self-confidence either. It's not really like just like you. It's not really how, I guess you could relate to people on some level, but I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. Everything comes back to being cute. There's like a cute meter we're judging all these ladies on. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone, that's enough for now. Oh, Rad just saved it by calling her cute. Whoa! Hop, I think it's time we share today's poems with each other. Oh no, I forgot about this part. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Uh-oh. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Yeah, that kind of deflated an awkward situation for both of us there. Thank you again, Monica. That's right, Yuri, you look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that, it's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it? Oh, I only read it with you. I I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Alright. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. Hello there, horny kid too. Hope you're having a great day. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes, I did. Took a while. Took my time doing it. My relaxation ends. Okay. The reveal of the very first poem. Oh geez, oh geez. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Yeah, I just sort of went with instinct, whatever felt right within the list of words, whatever I felt would fit sort of teenage poetry in general. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Oh, we just sort of do it in pairs. I can't wait! Oh, Sari's gonna run toward me. Oh, okay, good. Sir and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poem. Sari's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spinal notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, who do I show my poem to first? I mean, I guess we could stick with Yuri. We've been hanging out with them. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Also, I suppose that's also true. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yeah, that's also sound reasoning. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Oh, exceptional! Really? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh, she's embarrassed she liked it so much? He's gonna hate me. What's up? Uh-oh. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Oh, if you have constructive criticism, let's hear it. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? None, and that probably shows. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. No. Beginner's luck. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. He stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. It just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki, just in general. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! Uh-oh. This is going to be very intimidating, isn't it? I'd love to share my thought process behind it, or is it going to be super dark? Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. I don't think she gets a lot of people talking to her, they just think she's the quiet, brainy one. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Well, that's nice. That was a nice one. Just a quiet moment captured in time. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. I'm just terrible at reading. Yeah, I just don't read script very often. I was actually thinking your handwriting was pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Yes, you really got a lot in there. Wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. No, that was perfect. Not at all. For something that you're just showing to your literature club like a week in to a new school year? Nah. Why overwhelm them? I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Yeah, see? Perfect. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Rad. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, I got that out of it. Rad, come on, buddy. That's impressive. Huh? Oh, it's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You're going somewhere in this poetry game. You think so? Yeah, of course. Aw. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Rad. Well, do it for yourself. Me too. Yeah, okay, then we'll inspire one another. Who should I show it to next? Let's go see Yuri. Hi. We've known you longest. You dragged us into this club in the first place. Oh, thank you. Sure it's your first time? That's the second time in a row now we've gotten, not accused, but complimented on the style being that of a somewhat veteran poet. It's not that good. It's just something we... Yeah, am I the kind of guy who'd be spending their spare time practicing their poetry? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. There you go, Siri. Back down to earth. That's why it impressed you? Oh, you just had very low expectations. That's why everyone's so like, ooh, monkey can make poem. Okay, I get it. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. Same. It just happens. It just reminds me, pardon me, of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, you know what she means. You are accepted into the group because you wrote a piece of something in our sharing. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Rad. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Well, that's nice. That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Okay, here we go. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. It's just about expressing yourself. There's no right or wrong way. Just go ahead and share your thoughts in poetry form. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Damn. Powerful statements there. Hang on, I just need a second. Oh, Sayori. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, the part about breakfast. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Okay. I'm not being mean, it's just an observation. tried to do my best. Okay. I didn't mean to say that it was bad. Came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school. That's true, it is bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Hangry. Getting all hangry. Guess there's no point in arguing. No excuses. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was fun. Monica's the best. Okay. Oh, I guess it was her idea. Next time, I'm gonna write... Oh, wait, do we have to keep doing this every time? Is that the thrust of this whole club? Let's go Natsuki last. Monica. Hello! Yes, nice to see you. Having a good time so far? Not too shabby. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Let's do communal choose your own adventures. We'll bring in a stack, and then someone can be in charge of reading, and then we'll all vote on how to go through the stories. That sounds fun, right? Don't be afraid to bring things up. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, yeah, it is a kind of a harem dating sim game. At least for the moment. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Oh, sure, Monica. You're not even a choice of lady I could have impressed with my word selection, but we'll see if maybe just your meter is hidden. It's kind of embarrassing, but here we go. Why do you lean forward like that? It's like you're tipping over. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, I suppose. I hand Monica my poem. Monica. Great job. She didn't read it. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Okay. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Can I read the poem? I'd love to know what it says. I guess I underestimated you. Oh, I thought I was going to get like a Mad Lib version of it or something. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low, yeah. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. It's not very fair, but it did work. Yuri likes this kind of writing. I already showed her. Yeah, writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Are you giving me hints? Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry about that so much. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. 2 lines of dialogue to bear in mind as this game progresses. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha. It's not like you're playing a dating sim game that's solely based on your poetry writing in this group of ladies. Ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Sure. Don't worry, I'm not very good. This is going to be like, Hail Satan! You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. You have to. Fake it till you make it. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Oh, okay, here we go. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I feel real, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay. very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Can I talk to anybody else in the club, or that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. It's that a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Oh, uh-oh. What was the inspiration behind this one? Yeah, tell me about that. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. Interesting. It's been influencing my poems a bit. I see. An epiphany. Something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strong. You're telling me. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other, then we'll really dig in, shall we? Anyway, for now, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright. Kind of like a PSA there at the end from Monica. And now we'll see what Natsuki has to say and what they have to share. Hi! Well, it's not about what I expected from someone like you. Yeah, that's as close to praise as I would expect to get out of Natsuki to this point. It's a little blunt. I mean, she's straightforward and she pretends to hate everything so far. Not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. Yeah, sure. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Wow, that was a very short discussion. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. What? Alright. Thank you for that. I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. Just being honest. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? It seemed like a cute little poem, then it turned out to be about the difference between humanity and the animal kingdom. Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Nah, it's just a fun little poem. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the poems for people to express themselves? Yeah, if you're not a serious person, you don't have to write a serious poem. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. Like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Do like take that. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Yeah, so you did. Thank you for explaining your poem to me. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be like a pro, I guess. Okay, I'm glad you learned something. Stick with me, kid. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, okay, way to go. Got something to prove. Chip on her shoulder. I guess that's everyone. Can we go home now? I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Yeah. It was a little, it's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Most of them said it was pretty good. So, even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. Okay, well that's just an internal problem you're going to have to work on yourself, buddy. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Exactly. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh, I guess I did it first, and everyone else is still catching up. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Nothing? Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You know how she hates being called cute. That's like the one thing I know about Natsuki. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? No, it didn't seem like she tried all that hard. She may have just said it out of nervousness, like she does most things. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. What? Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Brad did too. Don't drag me into this. I'm over here in the corner, watching this play out. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Ooh, I don't expect... Listen, if you're going to offer constructive criticism, you can hear some constructive criticism. You don't have to accept it or change the style at all, but it's a give and take if you're in literature club. Right, Monica? Back me up here. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. And I don't expect to hear anything inspiring coming from a little pink-haired brat like you. She thinks, which I haven't yet. None! And Rad liked my poem too, you know. I said I liked everything. He even told me he was impressed by it. Okay, Yuri. Hang on, everybody. Is this about the poem still? Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? Natsuki may have had a point about Rad's joining this club. In-game Rad joining this club. Joining this club and ruining the energy. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Oh! Yuri stands up as well. Ah, see, when you call Yuri out on it, though, she gets real nervous. More so than normal. Maybe you're just jealous that Rad appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Uh-oh, throw it back in her face. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself? Uh-oh, please don't drag us into this. Don't come over here and ask. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Is everything okay? Listen to the music. Like a weird carnival ride now. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew up a size bigger as soon as Rad started showing up. Whoa! Okay, now you're just getting petty. What's going on here? Hang on. Like, I hadn't met her before. Are you saying that she's been stuffing her bra since it was announced that a new member might show up, and the off chance that it might be a boy? Because I don't think they're supposed to have known. Or maybe Sayori couldn't help and tipped at least one of the ladies onto whom was joining them. I don't like fighting, guys. Neither. Oh no. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Rad! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I'm not like an authority figure here. I don't need to deflate this. Go sort this out amongst yourselves. Leave me alone. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, if you could both understand that there's more than one way to write something, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Rad. Oh, Yuri coming to her own defense here. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Did my first poem, like, did it work out in all its algorithms and whatnot that's pitting these two against each other just because of the words I chose? Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. That's pretty cool if that's the case. Do you understand that, right, Rad? I mean, I'm probably like overly impressed with the simple mechanics of most dating sim games, but whatever, I've never really played one before. Well, Oh man, yeah, see, they just came over here to drag us into this. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Literally the first poem I've ever sat down and produced. But whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. Oh. See? Like, I'm tempted to just do this, to be like, I wash my hands of the situation, fight amongst yourselves, it has nothing to do with me. Like, you can't... Stylistically, just pick one over the other. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her either. Help! Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Yeah! There you go. Make him feel bad. Drag Sayori into it. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. Oh, dang it. It's not working. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Oh no, now you've turned them against her. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell you what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Okay, ladies, like seriously. Go take a walk. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Oh, how dare you. Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. We're just here to talk about books and crap. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because there's a boy now! And we're, you know, 14 to 16-year-olds. Natsuki's cute, there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same size they always were. Big and beautiful. Here, I guess. Put that in the official minutes of this meeting. Natsuki is cute, Yuri has boobs. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands between her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yeah, you go do that. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. That's why she's VP. Heck yeah. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. Yeah, you do more of the meta stuff, I would say. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Ha 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 ha. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. I just kind of, you know, dragged someone else into the situation to get myself out of it. I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? She certainly is, you could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I don't consider her an airhead at all to this point. She doesn't seem like a dummy or anything. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. No, stop it! Your smile, no, my stomach! Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. Yes, just enough to keep you off balance. If only I get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everybody, do we have a new assignment? Just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? Sayori had fun. Yuri found some worth in it. Natsuki said it was alright. Rad, yeah, it was about... Isn't he talking to... So, just alright. Maybe learn something. So your poems are turning out even better. I hope so. We'll find out. We shall find out. I'll think to myself... What a wonderful poem. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Listen, I'm not playing this to attract one lady over the other, so I'm still going to do the same poem selection as last time. It's just whichever on the list of 10 words sounds most appealing at the time that I read the lists. Very much in the moment. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I really can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Man, this guy's head's all over the place. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Atsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? Because I really didn't join the literature club for that kind of drama. No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. Oh, no. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion is all. I could see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know what? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everything and everyone is what makes me the happiest. Well, that's nice. I think everyone really likes you too. Hee. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Well, you're kind of putting yourself there, like you're buttering up to Yuri. Being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. There. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Is the poem right in time? Oh, it is. Okay. Let me take a sip of water here. Important to stay hydrated. Especially when flexing your creative muscle. In so much as I am now about to read this list. And as I mentioned before, I hope I do not wake a sleeper agent somewhere in the world. Entropy. Pleasure. Depression. Childhood. Unstable. Cute. Passion. Hair. Despise. Vanilla. Out of all these, I'm going to go with this. It's one I most identify with. Incongruent. Disoriented. Bubbles. Time. Frightening. Scars. Electricity. Climax. Forgive. Nibble. I'm going to go nibble. Mouse. Excitement. Music. Doki doki. Peaceful. Essence. Marshmallow. Eternity. Whisper. Feather. I like eternity of that group. Boop. Sugar. Explode. Massacre. Shock. Socks. Afterimage. Jumpy. Sing. Shiny. Lipstick. I'm gonna go explode out of all of those. Skipping. Dazzle. Infallible. Captive. Extreme. Cage. Heaven sent. Pink. Clouds. Whirlwind. I like dazzle. Dazzle's a nice word. Swimsuit. Cheeks. Hope. Bliss. Philosophy. Peace. Graveyard. Inferno. Sensation. Secretive. Gonna go secretive. Breathe. Misery. Defeat. Imagination. Tenacious. Special. Jump. Memories. Friends. Pout. Put a lot of words relating to like jumping and hopping and stuff. This one's taking a second to narrow down. I'm gonna go tenacious. I like that. Oh, thanks. Butterfly in the sky. Sadness. Valentine. Blanket. Romance. Treasure. Empty. Tears. Nature. Email. Happiness. I just want something to cut to like Winter Soldier struggling in that chair. Okay. Nothing really. I mean, just me being who I am as a person. I feel like I go nature. Marriage. Effulgent, which is like bright and shiny. I looked that up earlier. Bed. Melancholy. Promise. Variance. Smile. Warm. Unending. Fickle. I'll go melancholy. Aura. Universe. Prayer. Rose. Sweet. Spinning. Sticky. Vivacious. Cheer. Insight. Universe. Vertigo. Alone. I'm not even looking at the ladies bopping up and down. Is it mostly Yuri? Lollipop, Whistle, Hurt, Family, Infinite, Incapable, Disarray, Vitality. I've already kind of been hitting the Infinite stuff a lot. I like Whistle. Journey, Starscape, Playground, Dance, Play, Kitty, Calm, Lucky, Agonizing, Kiss. Well, let's loop around here to Starscape. Melody, Judgment, Silly, Joy, Charm, Wonderful, Unrestrained, Flower, Headphones, Bouncy. I mean, I'm gonna go headphones. I would go melody for like the musical aspect of it, but headphones, that to me means music. It could mean any sort or all sorts of things I could be listening to. Determination, Kawaii, Intellectual. These are pretty straightforward things. Now, I don't know. You know, I love using the word intellectual and determination in my poetry. Dark, Comfort, Loud, Suicide, Raindrops, Beauty, Ribbon. I'm gonna go Comfort. Puppy, Dream, Strawberry, Skirt, Rainbow. There we go. We have a rainbow for you. Holiday, Waterfall, Vibrant, Pure, Analysis. Ooh, I like Pure. That's just me. I don't know why she jumped up. Horror, Covet, Existence, Contamination, Landscape, Milk, Fluffy, Candy, Ambient, Anime. Yeah, I'm gonna go horror straight up. Lazy, Lust, Hopeless, Misfortune, Rain Cloud, Together, Anger, Color, Daydream, and Ocean. I'm gonna go Ocean. Sunny, Shame, Desire, Death, Atone, Disown, Chocolate Grief, Tragedy Hop. Gonna go Disown. Summer, Fireworks, Love, Fantasy, Clumsy, Adventure, Portrait, Amazing, Crimson, Uncontrollable. I'm gonna go Crimson again just because I love that word. Fireflies, Awesome, Sunset, Extraordinary, Rainbow, Broken, Games, Giggle, Heartbeat, Meager. Meager is another great word. I'm gonna go Meager. Alright, we have composed another poem. Another day passes, and it's time for Chocolate Grief. I lean away from the microphone to catch a breath. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. Here we go. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Like, literally, this is our third day. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Ah, yes, just like the day and the day before that, and assuming the day before that, because I wasn't a member. What's up, Sayori? Looks like you're in a good mood today. Wrote another good poem, did ya? I'm still not being used to you being in the club is all. Thanks. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway, huh? That must be why they like us in the first place, if they like simple stuff. Speaking of which, kinda hungry. You come with me to buy a snack? Sure. Do I get a snack as well, or just for the conversation? No thanks. Alright, I prematurely agreed to that. Never mind. It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? What? No reason at all. What have you done? I just want to look at your purse. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you. Oh! You were gonna go, pretend to buy a snack, and then get me to buy you a snack? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. Whoa! But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. Bum bum bum. And so, that only leaves the one option. Wah! caught red-handed, Sayori. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. You should feel guilty. Yeah, if you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty because you were trying to do something wrong. Ah ha 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 ha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Is it the same book that we should have been reading? I hope we did some. Reading on our own, that is. I wasn't listening or anything, it's just something in my book. You know, the book that we're sharing? Tell Red to let me borrow some money. Is it really borrowing? Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. Very true, and frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Hear, hear. Hear, hear indeed. Ooh. I didn't mean anything like that. I got too absorbed in my book. Ah! I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess that's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. More foreshadowing, I assume. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. Ah, okay, so they knew exactly who was showing up. You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Jeez. Trick? Or could you have just asked? Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh! That must have been Natsuki. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What was that? Oh, a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. A miracle cookie? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. That one almost worked. Yeah, that was close. I was just gonna give it for you, but then I heard you blabbing about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing a reaction, though, by throwing that cookie into your face instead. I knew it was Natsuki. That is so nice of you. Sayori hugs the cookie. Just eat it already. Rapidly tears open the wrapper. Takes a big bite. So good. Moof. Clasps her hands over her mouth. Is she gonna choke? Oh, okay. Bit her tongue. She's okay. She's okay. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. A roller coaster of emotions over this cookie. Takes a bite of her own cookie. Do you have more? Yours looks really good too. Can I try it? Is it a different flavor or are you just jealous? What is going on here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I gave you the other one and she kept the chocolate one. I'm still really happy you shared this one with me. Oh, okay, so they just had an extra cookie in their lunch. Sayori gets out of her seat. Sayori is really touchy-feely and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. This isn't why I did this. This isn't why I did this at all. I get it, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it. Ooh. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? That's so rude. Good lord, that's disgusting. Like you didn't just rip off a piece and then take that away? You bit into someone else's cookie. That's nasty. Yuri and I laugh as well. Okay. You're such a kid sometimes. Can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Oh, there's no Monica. Where's our fearless leader? What a good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not I. Yeah. That is weird. She's usually the first one here. With that big grin on her face all the time. She's pretty popular after all. That's true. Most popular girl in school, I'm led to understand. You don't think she has a dun. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, do you fancy Monica, Sayori? Nothing wrong with that. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Is that something that, like, teenage girls really worry about? A lot? Being desirable at the age of 14, 15? Suddenly, the door swings open. Making a grand entrance is Monica! Hi there. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. We were just talking about how you should be here and you're not. What? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. This imaginary boyfriend you just... Okay, willed into existence. What on earth are you talking about? Don't look at me! Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Oh! The beginning of the sentence did not end the way I... Okay, the beginning of the sentence and the other half of the sentence were two completely different thought streams. Well, my last period today... Okay. Was study hall. Okay, phew. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. I mean, you can be late for a lot of reasons. And bathroom time can be one of them. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. Ah! Yes, piano and school bells. Often get them confused. What don't you do, Monica? Just learning? I'd love to. Same. If I had a piano. I'd go get lessons. I guess in this day and age, I wonder if I could just do that via video. Put a cam on my fingers. Finger cam. Want to get a little better? Yay, everyone's being creative and sharing. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Oh, Rad, you're still here. We ignored you. In that case, I won't let you down, Rad. Okay, you don't have to specifically start doing things just because I happen to chime in. Like I'm the fourth person to pile on the, yeah, let's listen to you play piano at some point train. I'm not the conductor of the thing. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Yeah. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. Okay, in that case, best of luck to you. No, you didn't miss a thing. We were just sort of introducing ourselves, you know, leaving out the whole snack fiasco, yeah. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Of course she did. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki has disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Yes, Rad. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Oh, she reread the whole thing already. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no, I was just kind of waiting for you. Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Oh, she's waiting to read it with me. Oh, okay. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea, and I know a lot of people that would echo those sentiments. Personally, I don't happen to be one of them, but I know it soothes many a soul, does a nice hot cup of tea. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as he retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. Last time Yuri made tea for us, it was just sort of described rather quickly. Now I'm going through the whole step-by-step process. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. Ooh, use them hips, girl. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Like she's dancing with the tea set. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Off we go. Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher? Oh, okay. Just need to keep tabs on where everyone is at all times in my club. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Doesn't really need two people arm in arm, or at least next to each other, reaching out a little bit. That's, mind your own business, says Yuri. Leave me alone. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Rad in club activities? Haha, take that. Excellent defense, Yuri. Keeping things on the up and up. My mouth gapes. Whoa, no need to bend over. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's get out of here. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Now that we're alone, once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Oh, are you okay? I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Are you okay? Something about the way she said that made me feel irritated. Oh, you mean like when you just defended yourself and then you're feeling bad about it now? It's okay, Yuri. Yeah, you did the right thing. You stood up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with the fact that we're going to go share a walk to the water pitcher. I mean, it's like the lame sort of thing you do to make time with somebody in a high school situation. It's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? You didn't do anything bad. Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Yes, this is very important for people to understand in all walks of life. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions. We can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? You're the one going through it. It's unfortunate, and hopefully you learn to control that better in the future. Control might be the wrong word, but I mean like work with it instead of against it. You know what I mean? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Just friend? Friend with no girl in front? Yuri lifts her head. Rad, I really like being... Oh, they put the ellipses in the wrong spot. ... friends with you. Ah ha 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 ha. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, about this water and the pitcher that needs to be filled with it. Yeah. Let's get a hop. Let's get a hop on. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. They probably had to go like 25 feet down the hall and back. It really is a one-person job. Do you like oolong tea? I like short tea. Everything's fine. Or anything's fine. Very well. Sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Is this like a trick? Is there I know certain things will brew at different temperatures. Now it's time to get that teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I mean, you're using an electric kettle, but still. I don't think the source of the heat, boiling the water, particularly matters, but some purists might argue otherwise. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo hoo hoo. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. Remains to be seen. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a real good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. Are we having this, like, there's a whole club going, I mean, there's only another handful of members, so, like, all the other people can't help but eavesdrop on this happening in front of them, right? Are they, like, just sickened by this sort of saccharine display? Or are they trying desperately to just read their books or whatever else they're doing? Doing a bit of thinking, I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out, it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Oh, jeez. That's great, Yuri. They sure do form fast friendships here in the literature club. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Rad. It's very endearing. I mean, for the duration of our time in this club room together, it seems that we spend some time hanging out, but I haven't encountered me being at home thinking about Yuri, or on the way to or from school, or during other classes, or like on the weekend or anything. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Yes, why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Oh, okay. I can read my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, okay. No problem. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. Oh dear. It's most likely because your breasts are too large and it's hurting your back. Because of your posture, right? Yes, always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah, the posture. Terrible reading posture, that's it. That's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, some chocolate as well. Interesting. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Huh. Right, just mentioned that he's right in time. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri, how do you know? Does oolong tea go well with chocolate? I suppose you could do like, people that like chocolate and orange, you can do like an orange tea, right? Does it just say like hot orange? That might not be terrible. I like the only time, I'm not saying that I prefer a hot beverage in this instance, but the only time that I'm like pretty cool with it is unfortunately if I'm sick and I need like a Neo-Citron, because that's like a warm lemony hug. But most other hot beverages, be they chocolate or tea or coffee, don't really do it for me. Yuri and I then sit against, or a vanilla chai latte from Bridgehead. Shout out to the Eastern Ontario. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Here we go again. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Oh, are you too close? Oh, never mind. Slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Oh, now they're scooshed together on the floor, too. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure that I don't accidentally touch her chest. Oh dear. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. ... Does it work? After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, thinking of the book. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. So now, Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Rad? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, that was a little weird. You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? Oh, getting very embarrassed, very flush in the face. Sorry, Yuri. I mean, not really in this kind of context. I mean, it can be, but no, this seems rather intimate. I don't generally hand feed my buddies snacks or candies or anything like that. I don't have friends over for a barbecue and then pre-chew their burgers for them and spit it into their mouth like a mama bird or anything like that. That's all it was. Just a simple friend helping another friend get a chocolate all up in their face. Then you don't need to stop or anything. If this is normal and fine, let's keep doing it. Okay. The situation has gotten really tense. Meanwhile, the other three ladies in the room are totally grossed out. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can just tell by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Does it go doki doki? Doki doki? I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Ah, you started it. Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. Oh my. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Can I use this with the mouse or anything? No. Okay, everybody! Snapped out of the moment by Monica. Yuri jolts back. Time to share poems! Rad, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah. No problem. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, the cups. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, who do I show my poem to first? Alright, let's finish our time with Yuri. Hi, this was super awkward, so let's just get this over with again. So here's the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Rad. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. Well, maybe. I was just going by word I liked best out of a list of 10. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Uh-oh. I'm not used to this. Like people following your advice or things going well? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. That's nice. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. You've never shared your writing before the formation of this club. Really, I don't believe it. I only really write for myself. Well, that's how you should really do things, I guess. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. I don't know about laughter. They might, bust your chops a bit, but I think you can expect that of any teenager you show any creative endeavor to. You're going to get people that are like, oh, this is cool. You're going to get people that poop all over it just because they're, they got their own stuff going on. And you're going to get, I think a varied response. You're going to get a lot of jealousy at that age. A whole lot of emotions happening, and a lot of them are new. Even your close friends. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay, here we go. This one's longer. As she said, she was going to start writing longer. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Past Pavlovian conditioning, I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Alrighty. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery, and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it as face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, it's not. I think that's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's the sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Do I need to worry about this raccoon, Yuri? Why do you keep them to yourself? This is a very valid question. Because they're embarrassing. Okay. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Rad? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's comfortable sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening, being close when we read. There aren't really that many people like you, Rad. That's exaggerating a little bit, like you just don't know many people like me. I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. And I almost look forward to reading it, Yuri, though it is a little concerning. I don't know if you're harming yourself, the bread, or the raccoon in that poem. As Juice is pointing out here in chat. Smartly done. But I'm not immediately going to run to the guidance counselor. I think maybe we'll talk to the other members of the group first, and maybe we can have try to settle this privately before we involve kicking it up the authority ladder. But well played. Oh, it's nothing really. We're just gonna try to keep a close watch on everybody in this little group. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Just a second. Okay, let's go to Sayori. I'm going to stick with the same order, showing these people the poetry and stuff as the last time, I think. And that will aim with Natsuki, because they're just the one that I expect to like it the least, so I'll wait for my criticisms till the end. Let me get all my good news, or my indifferent news, before I get to the bad stuff. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, but it has some nice feelings in it. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Does it mean it's better than yesterday's? Yeah, that's hard to judge, because literally you've written 2 poems. How do you know better? It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. Yeah, that's a very weird question to ask. Does it feel like, did you have a better time writing it? Did you feel like you put more into it? Go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Just whatever happens to strike my fancy. Why didn't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? Not in particular. Just for your own knowledge, just for, I don't know, your own self-interest. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. That's true. Sage wisdom from in-game Rad. I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, here we go. Happy poems are nice. Sad poems are good too. Sometimes a little bit in between. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. Happy in things that are sad. Together. Things that are bittersweet. Happy the most. Sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. You know what? That's a nice way to put it. Yeah, that was unexpectedly poetic. I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Well, I'm glad everyone's getting more comfortable expressing themselves. I hope that trend continues. Sure, let's read your poem. Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine. all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. The empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through the locked front door, my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles so much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends. For my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Okay. So you're slowly losing your mind, trying to be pleasant all the time? Holy crap. Did you really write this? Did I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but this wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah. Oh, got a whole lot on Monica. Really in touch with my feelings recently. I can see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Not exactly creepy. Maybe it's because I'm so used to being cheerful, so anything on the other end of the spectrum is going to seem more alarming in comparison. I understand that. I'm thinking too hard about this. The point is, it came out really good. You should be proud of it. The point is, it came out really well, but we're not going to nitpick. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way, you know? I feel like it helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. Getting pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Saber's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Well, we're 3 days deep. We'll find out what happens on day 6. That'll theoretically be the beginning of a new school week. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, Monica, what hath you to say for yourself before we talk to Natsuki? Hello, Monica. How's the writing going? Check it out. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Wouldn't count on that. You never know. Here we go. Yep, enjoy. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up the pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Yeah. Sadly, it's hard to get that much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. You and me both. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? Hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Did you read her raccoon thing? Oh, I guess you will at some point. I just wish she didn't keep so much. Oh, well, she's, opening up. Defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Why do you lean? You're gonna fall over. Am I supposed to try to, catch you or something? I worry about your health. Oh, that's her, teasing pose. Pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. A fictional one. Monica whispers that part. Okay, it's just a hunch. There's nothing wrong with having a crush on a fictional character. As long as it just remains a harmless crush. Some of them are written to be ideal forms of, any expression of gender and stuff like that, so. Anyway, yeah, let's take a sneaky peek at this. This is going to be messed up. Okay, let's take a look. Save me. Oh no. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a violin on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me? Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. Sure. Didn't say I didn't like it. Didn't say I liked it either. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Certainly did play with space, for sure. Save me, load me? Are you just talking about the save game? I should probably save at some point, huh? Boom. There we go. Smartly done. Make sure we saved. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. There's that word again. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here we go. Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ha 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 ha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, well, I guess I should just start saving more regularly? Alright, Natsuki. Let's end our second day having a chit-chat with y'all. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. Can't really say it's any better either. Thanks. Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. That's a good way to look at it from Natsuki. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. That's usually why I save you for last. Build up the good feels before, not brought low exactly, but just, okay. Extra braced before you come crashing down. Maybe it was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing. Maybe you'll be as good as me someday. Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayora's poem from yesterday. Ooh. I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. And yeah, they have a type. Someone so fluffy spends so much of their time with someone like you. It's like you're dragging around a dead weight. Well, that's nice. Think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You say we take care of each other in our own way. We're sticking up for our friendship. There you go, bud. Yeah, you leave our oldest friend alone. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, here's my poem. Let's take a look. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg real bad. Really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. More of a manifesto than a poem, Natsuki? Sure. Yesterday's poem was way too short. Is Amy in your class? Message is pretty straightforward in this poem. Yeah. To heck with Amy and her ding-dang spiders. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. In this case, I'm just being direct. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. I don't necessarily know that that's going to be the reaction I'm going to have when I find out these ladies' secret hobbies. And that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Yeah. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Oh, that's funny. You wrote about something similar. Yeah, that's true. You guys are both writing about something close. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. Something about raccoons. Did you notice her new fur skin boots? Anyway, I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you, that people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well then. I mean, yours is pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Having trouble finding words. I guess I should not try to be so mean to her, if she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. Is that why you hate, like, everybody? And Yuri made me feel pretty insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, sounds like she's learned her lesson. I guess. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. Is it? I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Oh, looking forward to that one, sure. Okay, what did we learn today? We're all done reading each other's poems, of course. I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come to sit at the front of the room... Ooh, this was unexpected. Festival? Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Well, now that there's 5 of us, we sure can. Oh, is it a recruitment drive? I don't really do well with just last-minute preparations. Fair enough. We're going to keep it simple. Don't need much more than a few decorations. Got some posters. Got some pamphlets. That seems ample. Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? Performing? What? What does it, like, the literature club, are you going to be reading out your own poems? Ah! Poetry reading. Dang. Each of us. That's... Nope. Hard no. I joined this literature club to maybe write some poems and, like, express them amongst the group. 0% of me would want to then stand up in front of a gymnasium or auditorium or whatever full of my peers and then recite something that personal. Hard no. We're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. So Hori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Yep, they're already up. What's going on? What's the problem? It's a terrible idea. Yeah, I didn't sign up to be put on display. Thank you, Natsuki. You and me both. Yuri, I could never in my life do something like this. Yeah. Just imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. You scared Yuri, Monica. Look what you done. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. It sure is. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But we're doing it anyway. Yep, but I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. What are you poking Natsuki in the eye for? And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yay! Yay! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right! And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The feeling that brought me here in the first place was my neighbor dragged me. The reason I stayed was because the in-game character thought y'all was cute. Man, if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes reciting a poem. Man, Monica's hell-bent on this. I know you can do it. Sayori looks worried. I guess it leaves me no choice but to agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have really been trying hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Okay, I guess if that's how we're phrasing it. Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left, other than her gross personal discomfort with being put in the situation at all. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Natsuki's on board, and now they can all peer pressure Yuri. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh, I guess I don't really have a choice. And that's everyone. You're the best. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri, but anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No. Too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. And Sayori will go. Okay. Flips through the notebook to find a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Oh, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Whoa, Yuri's into it. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. How are we doing? on, it looks like we're dropping a bajillion frames. That's great. I'm just going to keep going to the end of the day then and probably wrap this up early. Looks like streaming isn't quite cooperating at the moment. Ah ha ha ha, sorry I giggled. Ehehehe. Sayori. This is harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easy? Make it look so easy? I do not know. Try not to think about it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. Yeah. That's the spirit. I see, I see. Okay then, here we go. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I can get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori! Even Rad liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't quite work as well within that kind of delivery. Oh, I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Rad. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Rad lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki's confidence is all over the place. It's fine, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Here we go. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're giving a presentation in front of us. Yeah. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Is this just the lyrics to Jump? Might as well jump. Doot, 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 doot. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want in front of other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That surprised Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, it's different for different people. I remember that from my limited experience with like public speaking in elementary school. Some people want to be in a room full of strangers. Some people want to be in a room full of friends that they have to perform in front of. Thanks, everybody. Make sure to pick a poem, get enough practice before the festival. I'll be making some pamphlets. Let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Oh boy. Find some other poem to recite instead, like not an original? Oh, cool. Well, that takes all the pressure off then. I'd stand up and recite someone else's poem, like this is just a poem that I like. I'd be fine with that. I keep mistakenly thinking that their skirts are polka dotted just because of the background of the text thing. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. And as for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday is the big day. Oh, Yuri, you can do it, you can do it. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Alright, ready to go, Sayori? And off we go. Always going home together. I mean, we live close to one another. Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. Exactly. Must be a little nice, though. Oh, Yuri's a little jealous. How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Rad, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's get already. Sheesh. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Yeah, like... We walk home together because you're a neighbor and you're one of my oldest friends. If she asked me to, it would be impolite to say no. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awkward turning her down, so yeah. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? Don't you just like her more than me? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Aha, you admitted it! Ah, jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. Oh, are you just fishing to see, like, who I have a crush on? I hope there's no jealousy involved here. Just like to think about it? It's not long before you won't need me anymore. What does that mean? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Yeah. What do you mean? Sorry, everyone's different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. Yeah, you're, like, again, my old pal, as you have been described throughout this entire game. Conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. Though I suppose at this, volatile ages, shall we say, a lot of things can come into play. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. Yeah, you're having a lot of awkward conversations this week. I just can't lie to her, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh, time to compose another poem. Let me save first. Sure, I think what I'll do is I'm going to compose this poem, and then we'll wait until next week to see how it plays out. I think something big is going to happen at that festival, and we'll see how that all plays out later on. But first, got another 20 lists of words to get through, so here we go. Starting at the top: romance, suicide, extreme, desire, fantasy, a lot of repeats, bed, waterfall, precious, lollipop, effulgent. I'm gonna go waterfall, tragedy, marriage, socks, sunny, vivacious, forgive, destiny, shame, unrestrained, starscape. It's hard to beat starscape, just like as a term. Let's go destiny though. Peace, play, charm, sadness, vanilla, family, childhood, anime, warm, rain cloud. Honestly, out of all of these, I want peace or rain cloud. I'll go rain cloud. Intellectual, after image, imagination, shiny, tenacious, unending, philosophy, atone, melody, heartbeat. Okay, here I'm gonna go melody. Defeat, daydream, friends, happiness, dark, infinite, loud, treasure, vitality, strawberry. Vitality. Nature, lust, disarray, email, alone, nibble, question, sparkle, breathe, bliss, Gonna whoop over to Alone. Rose. Vertigo. Peaceful. Joy. Games. Raindrops. Candy. Or some of that pink dazzle essence. Raindrops. Explode. Flower. Electricity. Broken. Disaster. Wonderful. Secretive. Whisper. Heart. Pleasure. Interesting group, this one. See, I feel pulled toward about half of them. Let's go Whisper. Extraordinary. Smile. Cry. Disown. Melancholy. Promise. Determination. Death. Valentine. Kitty. Let's go Determination. Comfort. Skirt. Shopping. Scars. Misery. Vacation. Depression. Fireflies. Pain. Meager. Comfort. Sugar. Unrequited. Aura. Skipping. Party. Pure. Agonizing. Headphones. Ribbon. Memories. Agonizing. Chocolate. Kiss. Flee. Cheer. Anxiety. Rainbow. Jumpy dance. Fireworks. Hop. Like jumpy, dance, and hop all pretty much seem the same. Kiss and cheer kind of seem the same. Rainbow probably lumps in there. Chocolate lumps in there too. Flee, anxiety. Fireworks. Parfait. Passion. Fun. Eternity. Grief. Clumsy. Infallible. Judgment. Together. Whirlwind. Eternity. Inferno. Playground. Lazy. Sweet. Entropy. Fear. Vivid. Puppy. Dream. Silly. Well, this one I'm going to go puppy. Wrath. Special. Incapable. Whistle cheeks. Marshmallow existence. Fester. Spinning portrait. I like fester. Fester's a great word. Lipstick. Bubbles. Incongruent. Sing. Color. Clouds. Misfortune. Ambient. Bouncy. Massacre. Let me do ambient. Excitement. Holiday. Hair. Laugh. Disoriented. Papa awesome. Love. Crimson insight. Nice. Universe. Twirl. Blanket. Prayer. Summer. Hurt. Anger. Analysis. Feather. Lucky. I'm gonna go feather. 2 more words. Time. Flying. Embrace. Jump. Hopeless. Milk. Cage. Landscape. It is a blind playthrough. Alt account. Covet. Frightening. I know basically that there's a twist coming at some point, but I don't know anything about what it will be. Embrace. Music. Unstable. Nightgown. Ocean. Climax. I'm not aiming for any particular outcome. Yeah. First playthrough, casual playthrough, blind playthrough at that. Bunny. Beauty. Poof. Uncontrollable. Empty. I'm going to go uncontrollable for the last word. Okay. Now, unfortunately, alt account. You joined just in time for me to shut it down for the week. This is going to be a 2-part gameplay. Probably do the second spooky half. I mean, assuming that there's going to be a spooky half, will be happening next Tuesday at 2 to 5-ish. So I do appreciate that you're here, but does the twist happen in the next 20 minutes of me talking to these people? Do I have to wait until after the festival? Is my only question. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you doing piano? Okay. A lot of determination, starting this club and now picking up piano. All right, Aldecan, I appreciate that. You have yourself a great day too. But I guess passion. Remember if the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Okay, I'm just going to get to the part where you have to start sharing our poems or something. Super happy that you're willing to help us out with the festival. I cannot wait for the festival. Aldecan, thanks for the follow. It's going to be great. Were you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, like the rest of it. Oh, whole day at school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. That sounds like awesome. That sounds awesome. Sounds like a great day. Fried squid. Pretty specific thing to look forward to. After Sayori confesses something to us. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That is all the, that's all the heads up I need. I appreciate that very much. After the day after that. I got it. You of all people. I didn't say I like it. What do you mean you of all people? It's right in your name. Ah, Monica. Ah! Joke makes no sense in translation. All the English-speaking people don't get it right now. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your actions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Oh, I will for the second half of this. For sure. Just not for... I figured the first half before the twist I'd be alright, because it's just dating sim. And then for the other one, I'll put on the mature filter, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be seeing. Sayori sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. Okay. Before we approach Sayori, that seems like a good jumping off point for now. Perfect. Okay. So it happens right here. Excellent. So just before it happens, we're all set for all the spookiness next week. That's ideal. And thanks very much for your suggestion and your help with that. Hi, that's going to be all for me for today, so I'd like to thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be, and wishing everybody out there chill vibes, and for the moment, non-contact high fives. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. I'm going to be back Wednesday afternoon to try a game that I've heard a lot about without actually being told anything about the game when I take a look at the Stanley Parable. We're going to get back to the other half of Doki Doki Literature Club next Tuesday at about 2 p.m. So please join us tomorrow for the Stanley Parable. Until then, TTFN. Let's go find somebody to share some love to. Oh, look at that. Benji's up and streaming, so let's go say hi to Benji. Thanks very much for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, and if not, thanks for spending the time with me you did. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.